Major breaking news out of London. Buckingham Palace announcing Harry and Meghan will no longer formally represent the Queen.
Picture the gilded corridors of Westminster rumbling like a subway tunnel. That's the sound of the House of Lords clearing its throat, loud enough for the whole Commonwealth to hear. On the docket, a petition to slice every remaining royal ribbon off Prince Harry. No HRH, no Duke of Sussex, no soft focus palace nostalgia. Just Harry. And if you think this is another headline destined to fade, hold that thought, because the last time Parliament stripped a title, the world was at war and telegrams were still the rage. But that's only the spark. What follows is an inferno of politics, family wounds, and 21st century brand warfare that could leave the monarchy, and Harry himself, scorched beyond recognition. Most royal feuds simmer in whispers. This one detonated online first. A cluster of indignant peers, tired of palace PR tiptoeing, filed a formal motion citing conduct unbecoming to the dignity of the crown. Within hours, the clerk's office acknowledged receipt, triggering a chain of briefings that felt more like DEFCON alerts than hereditary etiquette. Why now? 3 straws finally snapped the camel's back. Harry's fresh BBC interview accusing the establishment of an old-fashioned stitch-up, his courtroom defeat over taxpayer-funded security, and Meghan's cheeky reappearance of the forbidden HRH on a charity note. The Lord sensed blood and headlines. Yet a petition alone changes nothing, unless it's loud enough to shake the Commons next door. And this one rattled doors. Roll back the reel. 2021. Oprah's sun-drenched patio where the Sussexes unloaded claims of racism and neglect. Fast forward to 2022. Netflix's Harry and Meghan binge fest painting Buckingham as a Victorian museum unwilling to modernize. Then Spare hit shelves in early 2023. Part therapy session, part artillery barrage, followed by a fizzled Spotify deal that left execs muttering about grifting. Every episode widened the fissure between duty and autonomy. Insider courtiers whispered that Harry had traded the family motto, never complain, never explain, for always reveal, always monetize. The palace maintained its icy silence, but each silence felt heavier than words. Those silences have now condensed into a single parliamentary thunderclap. Contrary to Twitter lore, the monarch can't just snap fingers. Stripping a dukedom demands legislation, or the rarely used Titles Deprivation Act, 1917, crafted to punish World War I traitors. Peers propose, MPs debate, and only then does the sovereign sign. In theory, it could be done before Christmas. In practice, the process drags like wet velvet. Precedent is thin but telling. Sweden's King Carl XVI Gustaf pruned HRHs from spare grandchildren in 2019 to slim costs. Denmark's Queen Margrethe clipped 4 princely titles in 2022, sparking howls but boosting popularity. Modern monarchies are learning. Relevance beats romance. Britain may soon follow suit. UK talk shows lit up the switchboards. An Express poll clocked a staggering 97% yes vote for title removal after 4,500 responses. Even typically mellow commentators called it a no-brainer. Meanwhile, #JustHarry trended on X for 48 hours straight. Street interviews outside Buckingham ranged from eye-rolling exhaustion to outright anger. If you quit the job, you hand back the badge. Tabloids splashed red ink headlines. Banished, while Sussex supporters countered with hashtags about free speech. But numbers don't lie. The once people's prince is polling worse than the cost of living crisis. Seated under California sunshine, Harry told the BBC he was devastated by losing his security appeal and hinted ominously at King Charles's fragile health. Viewers saw a man torn between anger and nostalgia. But critics heard emotional blackmail. Royal aides privately fumed that he'd leveraged the king's cancer for sympathy. The interview confirmed what courtiers feared. The Sussex brand thrives on friction. Every grievance fuels another media cycle, and every cycle chips off another chunk of goodwill. Legislators took note. So did advertisers, quietly calculating the risk of a post-title Harry. Meghan's Jam Gate. Luxury preserves mocked by Conan O'Brien and Ryan Reynolds already left tongues wagging. When charity gift cards surfaced bearing her forbidden HRH, critics cried hypocrisy. Archwell's documentary slate is stacked, but Hollywood hedges bets quickly. Insiders whisper that streaming executives love the chaos, but fear the day the royal aura fades. Titles, however ceremonial, are the Sussex's secret sauce. Remove them, and the brand tastes ordinary. Investors know it. PR agencies know it. YouTube reactors definitely know it. And they feast on countdown clocks to a potential title D-Day. But Britain isn't the first throne to prune its family tree. In Stockholm, spare princes lost HRHs, but kept comfy allowances, and public approval jumped 8 points. Copenhagen's drama was messier. Queen Margrethe's grandchildren sobbed on live TV, yet Denmark's taxpayer bloc applauded. The pattern is clear. Smaller courts survive better in the age of memes. If Britain follows through, it won't be personal vengeance. It'll be brand management. Royal watchers say William, as future king, already leans minimalist. Think lean staff, fewer working royals, and zero tolerance for half-and-half-out deals. A clean break with his brother may be brutal, but it sets a rulebook for the TikTok era. Serve or step aside. And the clock is already ticking. Parliamentary committees will review the petition over summer recess, taking evidence from constitutional lawyers and, deliciously, brand strategists. If MPs greenlight debate, a full vote could land in October. Insiders predict a free vote to avoid party whips, turning it into a conscience issue. Scenarios on the table. 1. Soft strip. Remove HRH, but keep Duke of Sussex. 2. Mid-strip. Revoke HRH plus dukedom. Retain courtesy prince. 3. Full strip. Everything gone, titles for children reconsidered. Each path rewrites centuries of royal etiquette and may force a new Sussex rebrand overnight. And when the gavel drops, what's left of the man once called the People's Prince? If the vote passes, Harry wakes up the next day, still Diana's son, still a veteran, still a husband and father, but no longer royal in any legal sense. The palace would call it constitutional housekeeping. Harry might call it vindication of his decision to walk away. Either way, the question hanging in Westminster's chandelier light remains. What is royalty worth in 2025? Service or story? Because in the end, titles are only power when people believe in them. And right now, belief is the rarest crown jewel of all. Stay tuned. This story isn't closing its curtains. It's just dimming the lights for Act 2.